Hello and welcome to Folkestone Driving. Again, we are here in Trinity Road, home of the Folkestone Driving Test Centre. Going to do something a little bit different here, and I'll explain it on the way. But at the end of the road here, we'll go left. Mirrors are safe. Onto Jointon Road. And at the end of this road, we will turn right onto Earls Avenue. Checking the right mirror, all nice and safe. To see in this one with parked cars. At the end of Earls Avenue, we'll be going left on Shorncliffe Road. So we are going to be heading up to Crete Road West and back through Newington. Mirrors are safe. There's been a few changes to the driving test. You might have heard, you might have read, you might have spoken about them. One of them is going on to more rural roads. At the moment, Crete Road West is not being used, but it's a bit of an extreme example about how to use a rural road, planning ahead, looking for places to pull in and scanning that environment, looking for opportunities and threats. Somewhere on this page there is a video or two that is including Black House Hill. That's the rural road at the moment, which is on the test routes. It's not too bad a road, to be honest. The one we're going to go to now is a bit of a challenge. We might get stuck, we might not. Some parts of this road, the trees touch windmills on both sides, so it can be a bit tight. Up ahead we've got some traffic lights. We want to be following the road ahead. Now the car in front's got brake lights on. In front of that car is a box junction. So I'm going to wait and see if there's space beyond the box junction for us to continue. The lights have gone green, so they should be, and they've left us space. Beyond the traffic lights here, as we go down towards Folkestone West train station and past the train station, big box junction. Just be aware of that just before the bridge it stops. Don't get caught in that one. We have two keep clear sections on this road, protecting the junctions to the left. There's the first one. Second one's coming up, and beyond that the traffic lights are red. The car in front's got brake lights on. Can't work out I've got space beyond it yet. Yes, I have. Don't want to get stuck in that either. Tarmac's changed colour on the way to the traffic lights. And I'm stopping here, so I can still see the wheels of the car in front. When the lights do go green, we will go straight ahead to Cherry Garden Avenue, which starts off as a dual carriageway, a restricted dual carriageway with a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. And we want to be staying in the right-hand lane on this one. All clear. On we go. 30-mile-an-hour speed limit turns into a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. Signpost there telling us that the left-hand lane will go into a housing estate, which is what we don't want. So we'll stay in the right-hand lane along Cherry Garden Avenue. And that hill you can see in the distance, we're going there. Looking as far down the road as we can see some traffic lights. Just before the traffic lights, the road splits into two lanes, and we will be in the right-hand lane. Just drifting across here, mirrors are all nice and safe. Keep clear again, written on the road. The lights are green, so there should be space for us to carry on rolling. We'll go with caution. Lights are still green. Through we go. Here comes the roundabout at the top of Cherry Garden Avenue. We want to go right, third exit. Right mirror is safe. Signals are on to the right. Speed limit change just before the roundabout. So some people say it's a bit weird. We'll talk about what that means in a minute. We'll get the roundabout dealt with first. Enter right, stay right, exit 3. There's the first two. That's a no entry, doesn't count. Left mirrors, left signal, leaving. So the speed limit on this road is a national. On the approach to that roundabout we've just done, the speed limit went from 40 to 60. It does seem a bit silly. You can't do a roundabout at 60 miles an hour. but it's telling you that all roads after the roundabout have got a new speed limit. I could put speed limit signposts on the exit, on all the exits, but that's a lot of signposts. Or I could just put 2 on the approach to tell you that on the exits there is a new speed limit in force. We want straight ahead here, left hand lane, no signals, enter left, stay left, carrying on to Churchill Avenue. And the speed limit is still 60. Double solids in the middle of the road here. And now the solid white line keeps changing sides, depends on which way the corners are turning. Around the corner we will be approaching a roundabout which is at the top of Canterbury Road. We want to be going left, first exit onto Canterbury Road, and we're going to see a speed limit signpost here as well on the approach. First exit left, mirrors are safe, signals are on, there's my lane choice, and there's my speed limit change. 60 goes to a 30. All roads off this roundabout are a 30. I could spend lots of money putting lots of signposts up, or I can just put one set on the approach to the roundabout. First exit left. Got a few cars coming that you can't see in the camera just yet. Have a look at the festive billboard by the weight. It does light up quite nicely at night. Turn left, Canterbury Road. And the road is a 30, as told us before the roundabout. 2 lanes here, it's a steep hill. This is a crawler lane. This is where your buses would go, your lorries, slow moving vehicles. Still a 30 until we pass that signpost, and now it changes. Corners aren't very nice, so drive with caution. The limit is 50. Is it appropriate? Is it safe? That's for you to decide. Seat was nice anyway. Warning, staggered junction, and we want that one. We want the left hand turn, and this will take us off the beaten track onto Crete Road West. Mirrors are safe, signals are on. There's a Lighthouse driving school car, and in we go. A few parked cars to begin with. This is where people tend to park to go and walk their dogs. I've done it myself, quite nice. The white lines in the middle of the road are quite long, telling us that this road does carry a higher element of risk, so just be careful. Country roads with no paths on the side, we might expect to see some of those dog walkers, cyclists, horses, farm vehicles, or a yellow van. Are they parking? Are they turning? Let's just give them some space to sort themselves out. And he's waving us through. No road markings now, so telling us that maybe we need to take a bit more care with the vehicles approaching. So looking this one here, we've got on the left hand side a little pull-in place, a bit muddy. We're looking for those on country roads, rural roads. We're looking for those little pull-in places. They might be on your side of the road, they might be on the other side of the road for oncoming cars to use, but know where they are. Make a note of where you've seen them. Is the nearest one behind me or in front of me? Cars coming towards you won't have the answers, you won't have the answers, but hopefully you've both made a note of where your nearest pull-in place was. Bit of a sharp turn here. Going down the road, I've got a pull-in place both sides of the road, just here before the telegraph pole. So the car comes on now, I might be checking my rear rearview mirror and take a look at reversing back to those if they can't find one for themselves. So going through a town centre or a housing estate, we'll be looking for gaps in between cars. On these country roads, we're looking for little lay-bys, pull-in places, maybe someone's driveway just to stop in front of briefly. Look as far down the road as we can. The road does bend around a little bit. We've got to pull in place to the left just before the next corner. And on the corner, on the right-hand side, I can see a pull in place for an approaching vehicle to take. I'm not going to take that one unless I really have to. I don't want to cross over to the other side of the road. It just carries too much risk. Places there. Looking up ahead, I can see the corner, but I can't see around the corner. Go around the corner here, just off that accelerator. What will I see? What's going on? Nothing. Can't see over the hill, so I'll approach that with caution. To the left, nothing behind us, so I might just pause if I can when I get around the corner. For here, so look around the corners, up the hills, across the fields, through the trees for anything that you can see coming towards you. That will help you out to plan ahead. You might see something coming through in the distance there. So straight away you can be looking for a put in place, little lay-by maybe. So on country roads, every opportunity, look across fields, through the trees, just keep scanning for clues. It's a good job I didn't clean my car this morning. The picturesque route continues. Hard to believe we're still in Folkestone. Puddles on the road as well here. Be careful, on a country road they may be very deep potholes, we don't know. If you are following a cyclist, moped or motorbike, they will swerve around those puddles because if they go through a pothole, they'll go over the handlebars. Here we'll just bend around to the left. It is a junction, so I'm going to approach it very slowly. I can't see what's going on, and now it gets thinner, or ridiculous, as some of my pupils would say. Look way down the road here, above the bushes. I've got a nice viewpoint here at the top of the hill, so at the moment I see nothing coming. The interesting thing here is I have no pull-in places. No one can pull in. So if we do meet somebody, one of us is gonna have to be very good at reversing. And on we go. Take the corner very slowly. I can't see what's around the corner. Sometimes it's good practice as you're approaching a corner. Let's say this one here, and I can't see what's around the corner. There might be a risk of someone being there. I might just open the window, beat the horn, tell people that I'm here. If you hear a horn being beeped when you are driving, there may be somebody you haven't seen yet coming towards you. Crash barriers all bent. That tells you a story. Now being December, all the trees have lost their leaves. You come down here in the summer, different story. Very narrow road. Puddle. Very tempted to put your foot down here. Got no idea how deep that is. Go around the other side and go through slowly. No dramas. Again, approach the corner with caution. Anything, anyone could be around this corner. We've had some high winds and heavy rain the last few days. There could be some fallen trees up here as well. I suppose this would make quite a good hazard perception video. And we'll take the next road to the left. Mirrors are safe. I believe this is called Danton Road. No signpost telling me that. A bit local knowledge here, but I think it's Danton Road. It doesn't get wider, it just carries on. But we're almost through it. Soon be coming up to a signpost telling us the speed limit has dropped to 30. Yep, dropped. Most country roads are a national speed limit, which is mad. Again, we've mentioned this before on this video. It might be a speed limit, but is it appropriate? And as we come around this corner, we have a bit more width, a bit more space. We're coming up to Newington, Frogholt, Peen. Left, we've got the Railway Museum, which is really cool down into your trains. A bit more visibility now. And some pink dogs, so be careful of the pink dogs. Still a 30. And our first vehicle in what seems like ages. A bit more interesting if we met that car about 5 minutes ago. Now we can see, just down here, bins at the side of the road. It's bin day. Where's the bin lorry? One car reversing, a few people standing outside the church. Approach with caution. It now opens up, I can see clearly. Runner approaching the last part blue car. I'm going to take this slow. There's no path here. Everyone's just got to share the road, do their best. Now it opens up, and at the end of this road, the A20 Ashford Road, we will turn left. Mirrors are safe. At the giveaway line, it's clear. On we go. Now, if you've watched the Black House Hill route that goes up into Cheriton, up the hill, you will come out onto this road, Ashford Road A20. The end of this road is a roundabout, and at the roundabout we want to be going second exit straight ahead. From this approach, that would be the right hand lane. The signposts aren't great here, in fact they're non-existent. But there ideally would be a signpost here telling you left-hand lane only goes onto the motorway. So we can't be in the left-hand lane on a driving test. Driving tests do not go on motorways at the moment. We're approaching the roundabout. Normally we'd see a signpost before now, but we haven't seen one just yet. There's one hidden in the trees there, which does not tell us what lane to be in. As you approach the white tarmac, keep in the right hand lane, second exit, straight ahead. Just there, in black, it says Cheriton. So enter right, stay right. Second exit. One. Mirrors to the left, come over nice and early. Signals on. Just double check with the mirror again. There's your new speed limit. Cheriton High Street. And traffic lights. Now the middle three, step back here a little bit so you can see all three traffic lights. This middle three on the right hand side, they control two different directions of traffic. One going straight ahead and one going right. They don't change green at the same time. There we go, look at that. It's still red in the middle, it's a green one. Look at your curb on the left, there's the answer. You approach a junction which controls multiple directions of traffic. Have a look at the light nearest your curb, that's the one that's for you, generally. Ones in the middle will be controlling different lanes, different directions of traffic, and they will go red and green at different times. Through Cheriton High Street. And we have around the corner, the road will split into two lanes at the traffic lights. Another lighthouse driving school car, they're everywhere today. Going to follow this black car, so we'll stay left as the road gets wider. Traffic lights up ahead are red, and we have a lorry approaching, so I'm going to tuck myself in a little bit further. Keeping the wheels of the car in front in my eye line. As we go past the car wash on the left with the red signposts, be careful, on the road is a box junction, there it is, has the black car left with space? Yes, on we go, the traffic lights are green, changing to amber as I approach the stop line. Do I stop there? Ideally if you can, if it's safe to. Highway code, pick my brains now, it might be rule 175, I could be wrong. It says if you are so close to the white stop line when the lights go from green to amber and you can't stop safely, don't stop. Ideally, we don't want to go through a traffic light on the amber, but if the alternative is hitting your brakes so hard you get hit from the car behind, then driving on is the safest thing to do. If there's no cars behind you and you slam your brakes on at the last minute, you might not come to a stop until you are actually over the junction and blocking the road for somebody else. So if the lights change from green to amber when you are at or really close to the white stop line and you can't stop safely, keep going safely. Lots of things tend to happen in this road, lots of people walking out from parked cars, cars parking in the curbs on the left, cars coming out from the curb on the left. This red one might be reversing. I'm going to stop here and let this chap cross the road if he wants to. There's that red car in front. He's doing a very nice parallel park. Done a good job there too. Once that bus has gone, the road opens up for us and we can safely take that. The next set of traffic lights will only go red if pressed by a pedestrian. Looking at the curbs, there's no one there, shouldn't be going red. Petrol station, garages opposite each other, so it could be movement of people or cars from side roads. On the right hand side, just by the pizza shop, there's a taxi looking to pull out. I can't tell what direction they're going in. not a threat for us, the blue car's not a threat for us, and on we go. Traffic lights ahead, we want to be turning right, the road splits into 3 lanes, right hand lane, mirrors are safe, the signal's on, and we're going to put ourselves behind a scaffolding lorry. When the lights go green in this direction, we do not have the priority. There is a waiting area for us. Now I'm in the right hand turn lane only, I can turn off the signals. I have no choice now in this lane, I have to go right, the signals are my choice. So as I said, we don't always have the priority here. As I come into this area, I've got some drain cars before the red car. Just going to stop and look past the red car. It is clear, and on we go. If there was a car coming towards us, we would have to wait and let them go first. Folkestone West train station on your right hand side. Beachborough Road, up to the traffic lights which are green. Following the road ahead becomes Shorncliffe Road. 2 traffic lights there. Both traffic lights control the stop line, which is at the first traffic light. So as I went through the first traffic light, it was green. Going through the junction towards the second traffic light, it's now gone amber, about to go red. The stop line that traffic light controls is now behind me. Keep on going. It does feel a bit unnatural to go towards a traffic light that's turned red and to not stop. But in that occasion, in that situation there, if you did stop, you are stopping in the middle of the road for no sane reason, and you are now blocking that junction for opposing traffic. We'll take the next road to the right, mirrors are safe, signals on. Go, Bells Avenue. As you might know, the next left hand turn is Jointon Road. Mirrors are safe, signals are on. Quick check of the mirrors again. In we go. As I said before, that's not all a test route, a bit of an extreme version of a rural road. The roads before it and the roads after it, they feature on many driving tests. With that very thin country road, you may be relieved to know at the moment is not being used for tests. Trinity Road. Here we are, back where we started, and I hope that video helped.